Ever wondered how flying on an airplane works when you're in a wheelchair? Well, you're about to find out. We'll be exploring the ins and outs of air travel, from getting ready for an all-day flight to managing layovers. Oh, and those onboard bathrooms? We'll have a real talk about them too. Plus, we'll help you navigate the best airlines for wheelchair users. So buckle up, folks. Stay tuned to know more about an accessible journey in the sky. Hello, folks. Once I was in your shoes, or should I say wheels, wondering about these very questions. I remember my first time flying. It was a mixture of nerves and excitement. The thrill of soaring through the skies was tempered by the uncertainty of how I would navigate this new environment in my wheelchair. It was a trip full of firsts. My first time going through airport security, my first time boarding a plane, and my first time figuring out the logistics of airplane bathrooms. One of the biggest challenges was just getting through the airport. The expansiveness of the place, the hustle and bustle of people, it can be overwhelming. I had to figure out how to get from the check-in counter to the gate, navigate through security, and then get myself aboard the plane. But with a bit of pre-planning and asking for assistance when needed, I was able to overcome these hurdles. Then came the airplane itself. The narrow aisles, the compact seats, and of course the bathrooms. I won't sugarcoat it for you. Airplane bathrooms are not the most wheelchair-friendly spaces, but with some preparation and flexibility, it's not an insurmountable challenge. I learned to communicate my needs to the flight crew, who were always ready to assist. Layovers were another hurdle. Trying to get off one plane and onto another in a different part of the airport, and in a limited amount of time, was daunting. But again, planning ahead and seeking help made it manageable. And finally, there was the question of which airlines to choose. I learned through experience that not all airlines are created equal when it comes to accommodating wheelchair users. Some go above and beyond to make the journey smooth, while others, well, let's just say they could do better. That experience taught me a lot. And now, I'm here to share those insights with you. So buckle up, folks. We're about to take off on a journey packed with tips, insights, and real-life stories that will help you navigate the world of air travel in a wheelchair. Don't just take our word for it. Hear directly from some seasoned wheelchair travelers who've navigated the skies and have tips to share. Starting with John from Texas, a wheelchair-using travel enthusiast, he advises, to make your journey smoother, check in early and make your needs known to the airline staff. It's all about communication. The more they're aware, the better they can assist. Another seasoned traveler, Lisa from New Jersey, shares her experiences. Initially, I was anxious about accessing the airplane restroom. However, I discovered that several airlines provide an aisle chair, a narrow wheelchair that can navigate the plane's aisle. It was a game changer. Next, we have some insights from sun-loving California resident Mike. He advises, if you have a connecting flight, make sure you're familiar with the airport layout beforehand. It can save you a lot of hassle when you're rushing to reach your connecting flight. Then we hear from Sarah, a wheelchair user from Ohio. She shares, one of my major concerns was whether I could use my own wheelchair on the plane. I soon found out that it's kept in the cargo hold during the flight. However, remember, each airline has different policies, so it's always wise to ask in advance. Finally, we hear from Florida, who emphasizes, traveling by plane as a wheelchair user is indeed a unique experience. But don't be daunted. With proper planning, it can be a seamless journey. Each individual has their unique stories and experiences. They've navigated through airports, handled stopovers, and managed in-flight toilets, all while being wheelchair users. So take their advice to heart. Check in early, make your needs known, explore the plane's facilities, research your transit airport, understand the airline's wheelchair policies, and most importantly, don't be intimidated by the process. As you can see, every journey is unique, but with the right preparation, it can be a smooth ride. One essential tip is to take proactive measures to prevent potential damage to personal wheelchairs during the flight. I personally have found it beneficial to provide a detailed instruction list for the flight crew on how to store the wheelchair. As a manual chair user, I recommend removing as much from the wheelchair as possible, like armrests and cushions, and storing them in the overhead cabin. I use the cushion on my airplane seat. Just remember, the you make it for others, the better the chances of your wheelchair not being damaged. If you're a power wheelchair user, it's imperative to contact the airline beforehand to find out if your power chair is permitted on the flight. Battery issues can be a significant obstacle, so get that checked out before you fly. Another useful tip is to see if you can rent a Hoyer lift or any other equipment you might need at your destination. This can save you from the inconvenience of transporting large items on the airplane. Now that we've heard some real stories, let's delve into the preparations needed for an airplane journey. You see, preparation is not just about packing your suitcase, it's about ensuring your journey is as smooth as can be. First things first, make sure you inform the airline about your needs well in advance. Airlines are usually well equipped to assist wheelchair users, but a heads up can make all the difference. This way, they can arrange for assistance at both your departure and arrival airports, ensuring you have a smooth transition all the way. Now, let's talk about packing. This is where the magic happens. Pack smart, not hard. Essentials like medications, a travel pillow for comfort, and maybe a light blanket for those chilly cabins should find a place in your carry-on. Remember, it's all about your comfort and convenience. Speaking of convenience, have you thought about food and hydration? Airplane food might not always tickle your taste buds, so packing some of your favorite snacks is a great idea. And don't forget a refillable water bottle. Staying hydrated is crucial, especially on long flights. In the same vein, it's a good idea to carry some disinfectant wipes. They can be useful for a quick wipe down of your seat area or even the airplane restroom. Next, let's address the elephant in the room, the wheelchair. Airlines typically allow you to use your own wheelchair up to the boarding gate, after which they will provide an aisle chair to get you to your seat. Your wheelchair will be stored in the cargo hold during the flight. Last, but definitely not least, always have a backup plan. Flight delays, long layovers, or unexpected situations can arise. Having a plan B can save you a lot of stress. Preparation is key to a successful journey, so make sure you've got everything covered. Remember, the goal is not just to reach the destination, but to enjoy the journey as well. So get ready, set, and prepare to fly. One common worry about air travel is the restroom facilities. So let's delve into this topic. The Truth airplane bathrooms are known for their small size. This becomes even more of a problem for those using wheelchairs, presenting a unique set of problems. Airplane bathrooms are not designed with much room for movement. However, it's not all bad news. In recent times, airlines have been making efforts to improve accessibility. While it's far from perfect, it's moving in a positive direction. An important point to remember when booking your trip is that while larger planes may have larger bathrooms, this isn't always the case. So, this is another factor to consider during your planning phase. Most commercial aircraft now have at least one restroom designed to be accessible. They often come with amenities such as grab bars for increased stability, wider doors, and sometimes even a fold-down seat. But it's crucial to accessible does not mean spacious in airplane bathroom terms. It's still a snug fit, but these additional features can ease the process a bit. It's good to bear in mind that while some planes may be equipped with a wheelchair, called an aisle chair, to assist you in moving from your seat to the restroom, these chairs are quite narrow and necessitate the aid of a flight attendant. If you're a person who values independence, this might feel a bit uncomfortable. But it's essential to remember that these attendants are there to help make your journey as smooth as can be. Also, remember to factor in the turbulence. It's unpredictable and can make a restroom visit more challenging. Therefore, plan your restroom visits wisely. Try to avoid times when the seatbelt sign as the plane is experiencing turbulence. Lastly, while staying hydrated on long flights is important, balancing it with restroom visits can be quite a task. Try to maintain hydration levels, but be mindful of your intake. It might be a good idea to restrict your fluid intake about an hour before you plan to sleep on long-haul flights, giving you a higher chance at an uninterrupted rest. While it may not be a luxury bathroom experience, with some careful planning, it's definitely manageable. With realistic expectations and a bit of patience, you can master the task of using airplane restrooms and concentrate on the thrilling journey that awaits. Layovers and wheelchair usage on the plane can seem daunting, but it's not as complicated as it sounds. Now, layovers, those little breaks between flights, can be a mixed bag. They give you a chance to stretch your legs, grab a bite, maybe even explore a new airport. But for wheelchair users, they also bring up a few questions. How will you navigate the airport? How will you get from one gate to another, maybe even from one terminal to another? Well, the good news is airlines usually provide assistance for wheelchair users during layovers. When booking your flight, make sure to request assistance for your layover. An airline representative will meet you at the gate, help you disembark the plane, and escort you to your next flight. If your layover is long, they can also guide you to restaurants, restrooms, or even a quiet corner to rest. Now, on to the question that's probably been burning in your mind. Can you use your wheelchair on the plane? The answer, unfortunately, is no. Standard wheelchairs are too wide and bulky for airplane aisles. But don't fret, airlines provide an aisle chair, a narrow, specialized wheelchair that can fit down the airplane aisle. Once on board, the airline staff will assist you in transferring from the aisle chair to your seat. However, it's important to note that you won't be able to move around the plane during the flight. So, be sure to use the restroom before boarding or ask for assistance if you need to use the restroom during the flight. One more thing, always remember to tag your wheelchair with your name, contact information, and final destination. This ensures that it's properly stored during the flight and delivered to you upon arrival. Navigating through these aspects might seem like a maze, but once you know the way, it's a piece of cake. Not all airlines are created equal, especially when it comes to wheelchair accessibility. That's an important truth to remember as we explore our options for air travel. Let's start with a few airlines that have consistently received high marks for their commitment to wheelchair accessibility. First up, we have Southwest Airlines, a carrier known for its heartwarming customer service. From the moment you check in, their staff is there to assist you, ensuring your journey is smooth and hassle-free. They provide early boarding for passengers with mobility issues, giving you ample time to settle in. Next in line is Alaska Airlines. They've been lauded for their attention to detail when it comes to passengers with special needs. Their planes are equipped with onboard wheelchairs and accessible lavatories, making your flight more comfortable. Then there's Delta Airlines, a global giant that has made significant strides in making their flights more accessible. They offer a wide range of services, from providing aisle chairs to assistance during layovers. And let's not forget about JetBlue. This airline offers pre-boarding for those who need extra time, and their cabin crew is trained to assist passengers in transferring from their personal wheelchairs to the onboard ones. Finally, we have United Airlines. They've made a name for themselves with their comprehensive wheelchair assistance program, which includes a dedicated team to ensure smooth transitions during layovers. These are just a few examples. The key is to do your homework, read reviews, and don't be afraid to reach out to the airline directly with any questions. Your comfort and safety should be the top priority, and the best airlines recognize this. It's also worth noting that legislation like the Air Carrier Access Act in the United States helps protect the rights of passengers with disabilities, ensuring they receive equal access to air travel. Remember, the right choice of airline can make a world of difference to your flying experience. So, do your research, ask questions, and choose the airline that best meets your needs. We've covered a lot of ground today. Let's do a quick recap. We started off by delving into the personal experiences of wheelchair users when traveling by airplane. We heard from real people, each with their unique stories, about the challenges they faced and the triumphs they celebrated. The power of their testimonials is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit, showing us that no hurdle is too high when met with determination. Next, we moved on to preparations. We discussed the importance of a comprehensive checklist to ensure a smooth and stress-free journey. From arranging for early boarding to notifying the airline in advance about your specific needs, each step is crucial for a seamless travel experience. We then explored the reality of airplane bathrooms. We learned that they are not always wheelchair-friendly, but there are options available. From onboard aisle chairs to accessible lavatories on larger aircrafts, we discussed how to navigate these facilities without sacrificing dignity or comfort. As for layovers and wheelchair usage, we debunked the myth that you can't use your wheelchair on a plane. Yes, you can't use it during the flight, but airlines are required to provide assistance, offering aisle chairs for movement during the flight and ensuring your personal wheelchair is returned promptly upon landing. We also discussed the best airlines for wheelchair users. It's crucial to choose an airline that values accessibility and offers top-notch services for passengers with mobility challenges. Remember, the best airline for you is the one that meets your individual needs the most effectively. And with that, we've come to the end of our journey today. We hope this video has been informative and helpful, and that it has given you a better understanding of what to expect when flying in a wheelchair. Remember, preparation is key, and knowing what to expect can make all the difference. Don't let the fear of the unknown hold you back. The world is full of wonderful places waiting to be explored, and your wheelchair should never be a barrier to your wanderlust. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Got a question or a video idea? Drop it in the comments below. Until next time, keep those wheels rolling and those spirits soaring. Safe travels.